This is the Battle of First St. Albans from our Table Battles Wars of the Roses expansion. And I want to talk a little bit about how this particular scenario works, give you an idea of what's in store for you. So, basically, you have the Yorkist player with these three attacking formations driving at these two formations here for the Lancastrian player. And historically, the Lancastrians were in a pretty well fortified position, and you basically had these two kind of lanes that these guys were trying to get to and bang through. And that's really going to kind of define how the battle works. You have this guy trying to bat at that guy, these two guys trying to bat that way, and there's a key rule that kind of simulates the fortifications. Beyond just the fact that these guys all have bracketed dice numbers, which means, if you're familiar with the series, that you only put one die at a time on the card to kind of build up dice to build up an attack. But these guys also have a defensive works advantage, represented by the Henry VI card. And when they're attacked, as long as this advantage is in place, they can only suffer one hit. And that's pretty devastating because, first of all, they can counterattack to do one hit. And every time one of these guys attacks, they're going to suffer a hit themselves anyway. So you're going to attack and suffer two hits and only take out one of their hits. That's not so great for you, especially because with doubles, they're generally able to keep refilling those cards. Now, there are two ways to circumvent the defensive works advantage. One way, here we go, involves the Archer's card, which besides being a screening special formation, if there is a cube on this card, then the defensive works advantage is negated because the archers are suppressing, as it were, the enemy and allowing these guys to get closer and do more damage. And so there's an incentive for these guys to keep the cube on this card, an incentive on these guys to keep attacking to force them to screen and remove the cube. The other thing involves Warwick, who can, if he gets two pairs on his card, and again, he's placing one die at a time, 5s or 6s, so he's going to need 2 5s and 2 6s, basically. He then can attack Henry VI. Basically, his guys are going to sneak behind the city, take out Henry VI. Now, that removes Warwick from the game, that routes Henry VI, and that basically negates the defensive advantage because Warwick's back here, and then these guys are pushing in, and these guys have nowhere to go. And that's basically how the scenario works. That's kind of the key spice of this particular scenario. You'll notice that the Lancastrian player starts with 2 morale cubes, and the House of York with 1 morale cube. So it's a very quick, decisive scenario. Most of the scenarios in this expansion have very few morale cubes to go around, so 1 or 2 routing divisions will, that'll be the whole story. So that is a look at the Battle of First St. Albans from our Table Battles Wars of the Roses expansion. I'll try to do a couple more videos looking at a couple other of the scenarios. And that's it. Thank you.